All right. What is up, Kaiju Seekers? Welcome back again to the Kaiju Not channel. Today we have a little just a random, unscheduled stream, mostly just because I did just get a recent pickup while going out shopping today. I actually saw that this figure was coming out in stores, and so I thought, hey, why not just go check them out, see if I can find them. And all the new Wave 2 figures for Godzilla Kong New Empire are coming out. Mostly the new Real Feel figures. So you have the Real Feel Godzilla Evolved, and you have the Real Feel Kong that's coming out. And they are hitting stores, so I did go ahead and pick those up. So and plus some more goodies that I know just came out recently. So today's going to be a figure unboxing special. We have a few things we're going to unbox. So I'll be going into webcam in a few. But we'll just stick around, see if anyone else is popping up, because we are going to be doing a little bit more as well, maybe later down the line. But first things first, it's just going to be doing a unboxing stream where we have some new figures to look at. So I'm just going to get set up here with all my tools, and we will start the stream. All right, so I will switch to start cam. What is up, everybody? So here I am. A few of the stuff here we're going to unbox today. These are going to go to the side because the main show is going to be the Real Feel Godzilla Evolved from Godzilla Kong New Empire. As you all know, anyone who knows me knows I'm a huge fan of the film. I love the film a lot. And anyone else who knows me really good knows I wasn't a fan of most of the Godzilla figures when it comes to the Playmates line. Now, I love Playmates. I think they're a cool brand. I love a lot of figures they've been doing lately. As I don't think I reviewed it here, but I did get the new Drowned Viper. That's what we got. I picked that one up. I have the Tiamat, and then the Kong, Suko. Those are all really good figures that I just listed off. I think those are some of the best quality figures you got. But I'm not a fan of a lot of their Godzilla stuff. I might grab one from the side just to compare later down in the stream. But here we do have the new figure that I just got. They're hitting Target shelves, and I have to assume that Walmart is also getting them because they're usually the first store to get some of the newer figures. So I would go and hit those stores, look on the shelves, wherever they sell these guys. Because I did see this was actually the only one I saw at the Target for now. But I did see a lot of the flocked Real Feel Kongs. I saw, I think, some of the Titan Evolution Godzilla Evolved figures with the rubber skin. I did see they had like a few of the Kongs that had the flocked hair. That's what the Real Feel is for that one. This one is all rubber. The Kong is all flocked with that like fuzzy skin there. And I did see the One Eye. I thought about picking it up, but I decided just to get this guy. I'll probably get that one later because I'm sure they'll have more of those. But they do have the new Wave 2 figures. As you can see on the box, you have the new Real Feel one. And we have the Drowned Viper, One Eye, the black Mecha Godzilla with the Heat Ray or the Photon Scream, and then there's Tiamat, and then the Real Feel Kong. I find it interesting that they have the I don't know what it's called, the Proton Scream Mecha Godzilla. If you can see that, it's like the black version, which I think is really cool. I've seen that around too, so I'd say hit your stores and check out what new figures they have available because they should be hitting store shelves as I've seen on Twitter and firsthand. So we're going to be opening this guy up here. And it actually looks like different from the regular one. This one actually doesn't come with an atomic breath. So that'll be interesting. I did check on some of the differences already, so we'll go into the comparisons there when it comes to this figure. Because there is quite a lot to see. I've only seen a handful of reviews, maybe only one person that I've seen of this figure. So I was really excited when I saw that one figure. I'll probably mention it later on. But I was super excited when I saw what this figure had in store. And I was overall super excited when I saw they were doing Real Feel figures. Because I think figures like those whenever you hear real feel for any monster dinosaur figures, they're gonna usually be rubber, since rubber is the closest thing you can get to reptile skin. Right now, I'm just popping the tail in, and so here we go. Here's the real feel Godzilla. Let's see if I can. Light's already on. If I just get more light on me, I don't know if that looks good, but maybe that'll contrast better. But honestly, I think the paint job for this one is better than the regular standard version. I think it's a little more accurate to the film, especially with the dorsal plates. They line up way better than the original standard one, because that one was a little bit of a light, darkish blue with like a dark tan underbelly. This one's a more black, light black with a grayish undertone, which I think is more accurate to the film in most parts. And then, of course, whenever you have like a standard version of the character is gonna be a like a flesh pink kind of color, but it lights up to something more like this, which is cool. There is that like 5-pack figure bundle that has Scar King, Shimo, Kong, and then the charged up Godzilla. That one's really cool. I might pick that one up later. From what I've seen, I like that one also better than the standard version we got, just because I think it has more accurate paint and stuff, and that was cool to see. But having this in hand feels awesome. The one thing I hated about the Godzilla line, or the Godzilla figures from the Playmates line, is that the body itself was like this like tap plastic. Or if you know, that plastic is basically you can tap on it and it sounds like hollow. The body was made of that, and I didn't like it. The legs were also made of that same kind of material. The arms were a bit of a sturdier rubber, as well as the head, and then the tail, obviously. This one's actually more rubbery, so you can move it around. It's a bit more sturdy at the base, and so is the body here, but the body is made of a more solid, softer plastic, which is what the same thing as the Kongs and the Tiamat, the Drowned Viper, the other apes there too. Shimo suffered the same problem as the Godzilla line, to where the body wasn't just that impressive, and the plastic wasn't up to par for my standards anyway. But this is an upgrade in my opinion. The one downgrade is I think the head is slightly smaller than the standard version, which I don't like. I prefer Godzilla to have like I don't know if it displays well on camera, but the head is just so disproportionately small, and I don't like that. So I wish the head would have stayed either the standard size, or maybe if they even improved it. But for what it is, I think it's really cool. The head's bugging me when it's in hand, but hey, what are you gonna do? So there it is, and actually, yeah, it has that like mid-running pose. I'll probably have to see if I can compare it to the standard version, because I think I lost mine, or it's somewhere here. But it has this nice little pose. Let's see what I think of the feet. The feet look neat. The feet are also of that harder, softer plastic, like a harder rubber or softer plastic. There's no ankle joints. The standard figure had ankle joints, but I don't mind that. Everything just has that posability factor. And it's all this nice rubber, which I like. It has a heft to it, which is what I really liked about the Kong figure. And all those other figures, they had like a nice heft to them, which I think is important for a figure. And it has that nice plastic there, which I wonder if it'll look good on stream, but like you can have like a nice glowing effect to it. Oh, that's actually a cool idea. Like, boom. So there's that nice effect you can do there. And I just love the color plastic they went and the color paint. It matches better than I think most figures. So out of the box, actually, it looks like it does have the hole where you can place the atomic breath. I don't know if I have a piece on hand, but you can put an atomic breath because it does have a hole. I'm seeing it there. So it's obvious they use the same molds and stuff from the standard figure line. They did change the elbow spikes here. to the smaller ones, which I like. Since I don't like the elbow spikes, I actually wish they put it on the forearms here. But in the concept art, it's on the elbows, so it's accurate to the concept art in a way. So it's like this weird blend of the concept art and the final movie piece. But I think the figure here is pretty well made, and I like it overall. I think this is the best Godzilla figure that Playmates has made for either of their lines, and I hope they do more of this stuff in the future. Um, and actually, I did sign up for that recent, I believe in March they're gonna do a focus group. I did sign up for it, so hopefully, if they let me go, I'll probably be letting them know how much I like this one. Um, so hopefully we'll see more stuff like this in the future, because I think stuff like this is really gonna go well with any of the future lines. And I'm really excited for GXK3, which is what people are calling it. So hopefully we'll see more figures like this down the line. And they most likely are going to change up the design from this one, since we know. I've actually talked to Jared Kurchevsky a few times during the conventions he's been on. Jared told me that he does have a lot of stuff in mind for the next design. So I hope they bring him on. I hope they do, because he told me he has lots of different ideas for the next stage in the evolution. He didn't tell me exactly anything because he wants to keep it to himself, but that he does have stuff in mind later down the line if they bring him back on. And I hope in general he shows us more stuff, even if he isn't brought back on. But shout out to Legendary, bring him back on, because he did good work, and I think this is a great representation of his Godzilla design. So there's that. So next thing we have going up, it's a bit of a mystery box because these figures are things I noticed. They're hitting Hot Topic shelves. Not sure anywhere else if they're gonna pop up. Actually, I recommend Hot Topic and Box Lunch. Go check those stores out if they have any near you, because they have a lot of new merch lines dropping for Godzilla. Um, Shout out to them. I actually got this shirt there, so check them out. I recommend it. Let's see here. So we have this new line of nothing too fancy, but I like these kind of things. So I picked up a few, hoping I get a good haul today. But they're basically the squishies, the mystery smashies. They're like that soft stress toy that you get. Um, they were like a big trend in recent months, but so they have the 6 you can get: Jet Jaguar, Mecha Godzilla, Rodan, Mothra, Godzilla, King Ghidorah. So you can get any 6 there. And we're going to be basically just unboxing these guys and seeing what we get. Hoping for a Godzilla. It's my favorite. So 1, 2, 3. We got King Ghidorah. Let's see here. Okay. Interesting. Looks like mine has a little bit of scuffed. Not scuffed paint job, but the eyes. Anyone who knows me knows I like the smell of like new plastic. So I like to smell things that have like that plasticky, foamy smell. Look at that. I'm sure it's supposed to be 2 tails, but this one is just 1. But here's the Smashy. You can see the middle head has his tongue out with the eyes. And it has some paint on it for the eyes, but it looks like they're closed. But these guys have their eyes closed. So what was that? And they each have like their own unique face. Like this one has like the smiling open jaws. This one has a little tongue sticking out. And this one is just like normal closed mouth. So that's neat. It has little wings there. And like of course it's smashy, so you just crunch it up. So you have King Ghidorah there. I might pick up more of those guys just by myself. So we're going on to the next one. Let me know what you guys think of the figures down below. Let me know if you have any comments on them, whether or not you're looking to pick them up. Because again, like I said, I recommend hitting up Target or Walmart because they always get the figures in. And I saw quite a few of the new line figures. So let me know down below if you have them already or if you're out hunting for them. you're gonna pick these up, or if you have anything new in the collection you recently got, let me know down below. So we're gonna have second box. Let's go. So boom, 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 boom. Alright guys, give me the luck of the draw. So y'all know I want that Godzilla. Let's go. Ooh, nope. But oh wow. Now that's neat. So we got Rodan. You know, if you know your stuff, you know that this design specifically, is it? Yeah, it's the Heisei Rodan. It has the 3 crests up here. It's not Fire Rodan because they're technically 2 separate characters of the same thing. Or essentially, this guy should be red, which is what Fire Rodan usually is. But this is just a normal Heisei Rodan. And I'm loving this one. This one's really cool. So again, you can squish it. The paint job is like amazing for this guy. I'd say it's better than the Ghidorah. And of course the scale, this guy's a little proportionally bigger than this guy. But yeah, it has that foamy smell that I like. But yeah, the beak is nicely painted. It's just, I don't know how well it comes up on camera, but the beak is separately painted from the skin. And then they have like these belly scales here, the wings, and then the like for as simple as it is, it has a lot going on for it. It's a really good quality figure going on there. So there's those guys. Let me know which one's your favorite, because we got the Ghidorah and the Rodan, so that's pretty cool. So I'll definitely go pick up more. I'll probably go on my socials. Actually, you can see that. I think that's probably where they put the the resin or whatever, the foam, liquid foam that they use for this thing. That's neat. I don't see it on the Rodan. Of course, trademark and copyright Toho. And there's like holes in the foam, like on the inside. But yeah, we got the Rodan there, and then we got like I said, Rodan is definitely my favorite of the two. I think a little better. I don't think the Ghidorah is like bad, but because I think they could have done more with the paint. I don't know how it was coming out, but he's like a basic yellowish gold. I like they went a little far with the heads, so I like how there's different personalities to the heads. But I just wish that there's a little more oomph to him. Whereas the Rodan is good quality. So I recommend if you're ever at your local, like I said, Hot Topic or things like that, or any other stores that sell Godzilla stuff, and you see these, I recommend you pick them up if you want like a little squish thing to have. Like I said, they have many to choose to you can get from. They have that roster of characters, and they're all like you have mostly Heisei designs with 2 Showas. You have your Jaguar, and then you have Mechagodzilla. These are the Showa designs. So yeah, I recommend picking them up if you like the roster and you want to grab a few. Definitely would recommend. And there's nothing else that comes with them, so you just get the little mystery squishy. And then of course we have the Godzilla real feel from Playmates. We have that. It's a little hard to stand, to be honest, because the feet, as much as I love the new material, like maybe a harder plastic would have been better, or like a harder rubber, because you can get them to stand up. It's a little off screen, but it's a little hard to stand just because of the rubber. It's a little more reliable for tipping over. But like I said, I think it's an overall improvement from what we've gotten from the line in terms of Godzilla figures. Everything else has been really good. Right now, I'll grab a few of the other Playmates toys just to compare and contrast. So just 1 second. Let me just grab that. I'll also grab the Kong. and Drowned Viper. So I got both those guys with me. So, like I said, we have things like the Drowned Viper, which I opened. I didn't open up on the channel. I just got it myself, but I was super happy to get this figure. Again, I got it at Target, so check out your Target stores because they should be getting in a bunch of new figures. And I love this guy because of the plastic quality they used for him. It's like a harder or like a softer plastic. So you have that guy, lots of articulation. And then we have the Kong. I love the Kong. And the material used for these guys isn't as soft as the material used for the Godzilla. Everything here has a softer, smoother feel. Like I said, it's basically like a sturdy rubber action figure. As opposed to these guys, which are of a rigid plastic. Or at least but it feels solid. So here's them together. Like I said, I do not like the head. Like he can literally chop on Godzilla if he wanted to. So I just wish they had been able to do a bigger head. But having them together is definitely really nice. So there's that to compare with the Kong. This is the Beast Glove Kong. I also have the like Kong with axe in box. And I actually have over here. I haven't opened this one just because I keep most of the figures in box, just to have them. But here's Energized Godzilla. And what I mean by the tap plastic is basically, let's see, I don't know if you can hear that, but the plastic body on this I do not like, and even the legs are that, like the arms, I don't know if it's just this particular figure, but the plastic just doesn't feel nice. I like the translucency. I think this is a pretty alright figure, but I would have gone for. I think this is a vast improvement, just because like it's a harder plastic or harder rubber. So definitely an improvement overall in every way when you consider. Because I like rubber as a material for figures and stuff. Like I love Keshi figures, rubber figures, anything like that. I like the soft vinyl stuff, things like that. I really like. So, in the future, if I ever want to like start up my own company, which is like an end goal of mine, I would do figures similar to this or the other figures here, just because they're in like a nice. It's not too hard of plastic, to where like it'll break easily. That's what the other Godzillas in the line feel like. But these guys you can play around with. They're pretty durable. They're soft enough to where like it's a nice feeling in your hand. They're like hard enough to where they're just like sturdy figures. So it's a nice balance overall when it comes to these figures. And I think Playmates really knocked it out of the park with those, and with this figure in particular. Like I said, my only note would be increasing the head size just to be a little bit more accurate to the film and just the model itself. But yeah, I guess my only gripe I have with it, because like if you look at the, let's see if I can show it on screen, but like the head is basically like if you put them side by side, there you can see the head is way smaller, and it's the same thing with the standard Evolved figure. The head is bigger on that one. I don't know if it's just because it's a rubber used in the mold, but I mean overall I'm happy with it. I'm glad I picked it up. I'm glad I have the figure because it's hard. I don't think there was any great standard Godzilla Evolved figure. Like I have the other ones I can mention. I have the little Gashapon figure, which is cool. I got this for a Christmas present, thankfully. So I was looking forward to getting this guy. I think it's a neat figure, but there's also the ornament, which I really want to get. I missed out on it. I wish I had remembered to order that one, but now they're overpriced on eBay. So if I ever get an increased income, of money, I'll definitely have to track one down. But this is a pretty good figure. I think it took too long to make, but if we have gotten this something like this first, then I think it would have been pretty cool. Yeah, just having it there. Like I said, it's just nice to have. And of course, again, we got the little squish thingies here. So there's that. And that wraps it up for the unboxing segment. So this might just be a regular chat and still a chill stream. So if there's any questions, any topics you want me to go over, let me know down below. I might also open it up to anyone else who might want to join. So I'll be doing that in a second, specifically to anyone on the in the Discord realm. Discord. And also, anyone who tuned into the last stream knows that I did do a I did do a playthrough of sorry guys. No. I did do a playthrough of Godzilla Kong Titan Chasers, which, like I said, is actually a really fun game. So I recommend if you're a MonsterVerse fan, and if you're a fan of mobile games or anything that keeps you busy, I recommend picking it up. So while I wait for anything in the chat, I'll probably do a little streaming of that. Let me just put do not disturb. And then, well, let's see. Hopefully, I need that, but let's see. Keep it on iPhone. So hopefully I will be able to. You can probably hear right now. Hopefully the music doesn't get me copyrighted. Because I just want to play some games. So I'll be doing a screen sharing of it. There you go. Oh. All right. So let's see here. Apple TV's doing that again. I wonder. Hope that it disconnected. Oops. I don't know why it's not playing. Present. There you go. So hopefully I can. Boy. No. I have not been keeping up with Godzilla by the line. Other than your posts about it, honestly. When I see you posting stuff about it. And I guess here and there. but I have not seen anything from Godzilla Battle Line. Haven't played that one in a while, only because I've been busy with other stuff and this new game came online, so I'm probably gonna focus on that more. Yeah, but like I said, um, I don't know why the volume doesn't want to pick up for that one. I'm wondering if only because. Oh, yeah, but also, I did just create the Kaijunaut Alliance here for anyone who might want to join. If you want to join my alliance, I did just start it up. I did start up the new Kaijunaut Alliance. Basically, we also did the banner. Oh, so we got that. And we've done a few things on the campaign. And I actually got a few new characters. So we have Vale and Kyra. And actually, funny thing, I was gonna make a post about it, but all of the women here are like hot. Is that weird? Vale is like one of my favorites. And then there is May. She's cute. I also like her archer aesthetic. That's really cool. There's Kyra. She's cool. She's one of my favorite actually. I remember seeing the trailer and I thought she was like the. I was weird because Dangerville made a comment actually in the recent video reviewing the show. Um, but yeah, she's basically like an anime character to where like she has the whole sword get up and everything. So, but she's still my favorite um, of the bunch. And here's Reagan. Reagan's cool. She's more of a beefy character, which I'm not a fan of like muscular women. Um, in some aspects, I can appreciate it, but I do like her like basic design. She's a cool character. I love her hair, and I love the flamethrower thing. I wish it sucks that there's only like 3 people you can have on the team, and you always gotta do a support characters because the campaign actually gets pretty tough. It is a pretty tough campaign. In terms of just how far you go with it, Blood and Steel. I'm in chapter 2 now, so I'm gonna do a little bit of the campaign. Um, like I said, before, it is a fun game, so I recommend checking it out if you have it. Oh, Minecraft World. Boom. Hey, Minecraft World.
Well,
What?
nothing much. Nothing much. Um, just currently eating
Awesome.
dinner right now, so if you hear me crunching or
Ah,
squelching in the background more accurately, I'm eating pasta. So,
hmm.
yeah.
Awesome. Let's see here. So beforehand, I was doing an unboxing stream. Got some new figure pickups, and right now we're just streaming a little bit
Nice.
of the new Titan Chasers game.
Nice. How is it so far?
It is pretty fun in my opinion. I think it's a pretty neat game. It's sort of like your typical mobile game, but with a few cool um, features. It's been the gameplay is actually pretty fun once you get into it.
Hmm.
So, like if you're into like
So so roughly what I was expecting.
yeah, I mean if you're expecting just like a casual mobile game, like I don't think it's
Yeah,
anything.
yeah.
Yeah,
I was thinking it would be based off the reveal trailers. I was thinking it'd be something a bit more casual. I am a little disappointed with what it is, but uh, yeah,
yeah,
I haven't tried it myself, so I can't really give full opinions just from what I'm looking at.
yeah, yeah. I see what you mean because um, I know everyone's like always mulls over whenever it's like a mobile game as opposed to like a console game. Uh,
Yeah.
but for what it is, I think it's a pretty good game. I don't think it does anything new or outstanding, but like I said, for what it is a good game.
Mhm. Yeah.
And like basically, what you see here is most of the combat. You mostly just tap a few buttons here
Yeah.
and there. It's a turn-based thing, so I think I described it as like Pokemon-ish, um,
Hmm.
to where you basically just
Yeah.
pick out your attacks for your characters. One thing I do like is you can either play as the monsters in the game or as the characters. So there's two campaigns where you can play as either or. And I thought that was cool.
Nice. Yeah. Anyways, I saw you were doing your own take on Nias. Like you were doing your
What was
own
that?
version of that. I saw you were doing your own take on Nias.
Yeah, yes, I did do a little bit of fan art there for you,
Yeah.
just as a thank you
Nice.
for doing my character
Yeah.
that I saw you
I
do, which
wasn't
is good.
expecting to
Awesome.
have any of that. I wasn't expecting that to have any of that in return, but hey, I mean, I was hoping to commission you anyway to do it. But
No
good to
problem,
know I
buddy.
get
I
to
mean,
say,
if
yeah, good to know I get
yeah,
to
well,
save some money in this instance.
yeah, I'm
Uh,
probably gonna do more with it. Like, I'll probably ink it and stuff and do colors there. Just because I
yeah.
think it is a really cool character. It was fun
Mm-hmm.
to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Ah, yeah. I finished a piece of fan art of based off a dream that I had. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and I have to do this for a school project, so it doubles. Um, so yeah, it, you
Yeah, I
did
think I.
you yeah. It's the one where Lily Orchard made a Gamera video, and we all collectively teamed up to rip her apart.
Yeah, I
So
saw that one. It's a really good one. Um,
yeah,
I
it
was
work in
pretty.
progress. I finished the thing. I need to upload it. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I saw it. It was really good from what you have so far. I'm looking forward to seeing it all done. Funny enough,
Yeah.
I forgot the context of what it was, and I just saw this giant lady fighting all of our OCs and stuff. And like I was gonna say, oh wow, giant woman. I would, but then I remembered. Oh wait, is that? But then I remembered. Wait, is this Lily Orchard? I'm like, oh wait, I take that back.
I was telling Kajikuru about it, and his response was, Seeing Lily Orchard chokehold Gamera was not on my bingo card for this year."
Yeah,
Uh, but
yeah,
yeah.
but still, good drawing, good enough to make me forget the context.
Hey, with the context, it's even better. Uh, but yeah, I finished that drawing, and I've been working on designs for my own Gamera story, which has been fun, um, as well as chipping away at the two big projects.
hmm
So, yeah.
Yeah, look forward to seeing all of that. Speaking of, I know there's that secret project that we're all working on. I think you
Mm-hmm.
submitted stuff for that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I
Oh
don't know if you
man,
have a
yeah.
design worked up. I know. I think Zim.
I Hoshi Antonio drew a mock-up of the design, and it was basically exactly what I wanted. At least
Mm-hmm.
for the head, for the shoulders up. Basically, I'm probably going to try my hand at a full design at some point because I know exactly what I want him to look like, and Hoshi got it almost exactly what I want.
Yeah, because I know Zim said he. I think he wanted him to do some of the work for most of our characters. Um,
Yeah,
I might
or at
also
least
do a little bit of stuff,
mhm.
just because I'm liking all the characters I'm seeing on screen.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see where this comes, um, where this goes. He's
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Oh, this is gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Also, this gives me an excuse to watch Primeval, so thank God.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yeah, and as you can see here on screen, this is most of the. I lost, but yeah, there's some cool creature combat and some cool creature
mm,
designs too.
yeah, yeah. Hopefully they don't get. Well, they're probably going to be retconned regardless. It's a mobile game. They don't really have the most impact on lore.
Yeah, lore wise, because the whole thing is it takes place on like an archipelago or something. That according
Mm,
to the intro, like it appeared. I don't know how, but apparently there's also like
mm,
cities on the isle or the islands.
mm,
So I don't know how it works. But earlier I said a lot of the characters are really cool. The designs are neat.
mm,
Um, and then the designs for the monsters are really cool. Um, I think you can
mm,
easily fit some of them in the new movies. Um, like the Siren Jaw, which is like basically this giant like salamander alligator thing, is like one of my favorite
mm.
ones.
Yeah,
Yeah, so there's lots of cool ones that I hope get put in the films.
yeah. I'd like to see more subspecies and creatures like that in Hollow Earth. Um, bring back the skull crawlers, please, please.
Yeah, yeah, I would love to see that. I honestly wish we had seen at least some of it in GXK. I think it
I
would have been cool.
I will take a subspecies of them. I will be perfectly fine with a Hollow Earth subspecies of the Skullcrawler. Just bring them
Hmm.
back, damn it.
Yeah, because for what it was, I did like when they reappeared in GVK. It was
Mhm,
cool to see Mechagodzilla take one out. Um,
mhm.
obviously, I could have seen more if I'd love to see more um, of
Yeah,
that stuff. And then hopefully we might see more. Hoping, always hoping. I know
mhm,
there have been a few leaks for GXK3. Some serious-ish, others more of a joke. Um,
yeah.
but looking forward to what's to come. Anything else you're looking
Mhm.
forward to?
I'm not much aside from upcoming films, aside from things like, well, immediate upcoming films, not really. For GXK3, I don't know what to expect, but I'm all I can say is just my hopes. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and what I would like from the sequel. Because just focus more on the original monsters. Well, not
Yeah.
you don't need to focus more. Just treat them with respect. Give us a bit more of a Godzilla-oriented story. Not necessarily following him, but I'd like to catch up on him
Mm-hmm.
and just fix either start fixing or try to fix some of the world building problems. Because, yeesh, I don't mind another world-ending threat because that's apparently what it's going to be. I don't mind another team up because I liked the previous two, quality issues aside. But
Mm-hmm.
for God's sake, please, just I'd also like for it to be taken a little bit more seriously this time. Like GVK and GXK, fun and whimsy, fine by me. Just bring it back a little bit, round it out. Especially, yeah.
Yeah, I agree with most of that stuff. I would like to see a bit more focus on Godzilla because while I love the stuff that Godzilla did in the last two films, I agree I would have even loved more of it.
Yeah.
Because I think they had a lot of cool scenes that even harken back to like some of the older films, like the more villainous side of the Godzilla and such. I think Adam Wingard had a lot of scenes, but they were just a little too short. So having more of that, and plus, there's a lot more you can do now that like Godzilla's out in the open, he's sleeping in the Coliseum. So I think
Mm-hmm.
there's more you can do with that side of his story. So I'm hoping Grant Sapor, I believe his name is, does stuff with that.
Mm-hmm.
Are
I
you
agree.
are you yeah, are you looking, has it come out yet, that comic he did, Behemoth? Are you looking to pick that up?
I don't know if it's released yet. Um, I'm planning to pick it up, but currently the comics that I'm eyeing are the upcoming Mothra one and the upcoming Godzilla
Mm-hmm.
one.
Yeah, that one's by Matt Frank, right?
Yeah, yeah. The Mothra one definitely has been the most hype for me, partially because of just how good Mothra looks in that design. Like, this is probably one of the best looking takes on her that we've had in a while. So literally just
Yeah.
the hazy design, but actually good.
Yeah, I remember seeing a lot of the artwork he did for that and the teasers. Looking forward to it. I've met Matt Frank on a few occasions. He's a cool dude. Um,
Yeah.
so I'm looking forward to reading that. I did pick up his Space Godzilla comic a while ago.
Oh, I've been
Um,
meaning to check that out. I've heard
yeah,
it's
it's a
good.
pretty good. Yeah, it's a pretty good comic. It's pretty much like essentially it's all told like semi from. It's basically Space Godzilla like doing stuff. And the
Mm,
artwork is phenomenal.
yeah. Yeah, my one regret with one of my biggest regrets with G Fest is not getting to have him sign my Project Nemesis book
Mm.
since he was the designer of Nemesis and I had a great opportunity to talk to him. I didn't bring my book, sadly, which ah, but I would have loved to have him sign it.
Yeah, here's just look if you can see the new Mothra comic coming up. And yeah, that is a kick-ass design for Mothra there.
Yeah,
It's like a
I
really good update.
the head especially is what sticks out to me. It's just it looks simultaneously badass and beautiful. Just
Yeah.
it it's the haze look, but actually good.
Yeah. And
Um,
I'm wondering if that's, I don't think that's the Heisei design, but you can see on this cover, you can see the old
that
Mothra there.
that I think is the Tokyo SOS take.
Mm.
Definitely, it's either Tokyo SOS or Showa or
Yeah,
Final
and both
Wars.
of them have,
They all have that Tokyo SOS, Showa, or
yeah,
Final Wars. All of them have that color scheme. The
yeah.
difference with them
Personally,
lies in the legs.
yeah, personally, Tokyo SOS is my personal favorite Mothra. In terms of design, followed up by like because either this one and then the GXK Mothra are like close seconds to like my favorite
Mm,
Mothra designs.
yeah, Titanus Masura is my favorite. Though Gemini is definitely close second. That's what this one's called,
Mm-hmm.
Mothra Gemini. And if and I absolutely love this design. I genuinely think he killed it. Um,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I forget who else Matt Frank's working with. I think they're co-writing and stuff. Um, I forget who
I
they're
don't remember.
co-authoring. Um, I don't know if it
I
was on
don't
the image I
remember at
displayed there a
all.
moment ago, but looking forward to that. And I myself might pick up the Behemoth comic because I really want to see. I don't know how far ahead in production that comic was compared to when he signed on for
Mhm,
GXK3.
mhm.
Like I assume it was probably in production well before, but I feel like that's essentially going to be like a trial run
Mhm.
to give us an expectation of what we could see with
Yeah.
GXK3. I haven't seen his film I Am Mother. I've heard good things about it.
I need
Um,
to. I keep forgetting to watch that one as well. I need to do that. Um,
yeah,
yeah, I've heard. I've also heard good things about it, and yeah, I'd be interested to see where this one's going. But
yeah,
yeah,
because from what I gathered of that film, it feels like a somewhat high concept sci-fi ish
yeah,
take.
it kind of is, but it also isn't,
Yeah, because I
from what
know
I
it's
can
also like a
tell.
small scale story.
Yeah, it's very much a family drama, if you could even
Mm-hmm.
call, kind of, kind of. Yeah, that's the best way to describe it. A family drama, kind of. Um,
Yeah, yeah, because I would
definitely
say,
gonna check it out.
yeah, I gotta check it out too. I would say it's like somewhat, if I can compare it to what I think, um, it might be. It's like a lower stakes. Like if you watched Gareth Edwards, the creator,
I
like it
have
has that
not.
feel. I think it has that feel of like it's a sci-fi concept world,
Mhm,
because I think it is like post-apocalyptic in a sense,
mhm,
and they're in like a bunker, and it's the robot mom caretaker and a human girl that grows
mhm.
up, and I think outsiders come in later in the story, from what I gather. So
Yeah,
and it's grounded in that sense. So I think that is what we could expect in the next film, likely. Um, I would hope there isn't too much of a clash from like the studio seeing the success of the last two movies versus what the director wants. I hope there's a nice middle ground because I
yeah,
personally love the tone and the writing of GSK for whatever flaws they have. I personally, they're my favorite films in the franchise. But if there is that more grounded take, I'll enjoy that too. I know
yeah.
most people will, including you and the like.
I'm not above a grounded take. I'm more so for whatever fits the story. If the story
Yeah,
has to be grounded, so be it. If the story has to be higher uh stakes, that has to be higher in terms of like power, so be it.
yeah.
Um just make sure it works. Like make sure it makes sense for what for um for what you're trying to be. Um
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Like when it comes to kaiju, I personally lean a lot more towards grounded stories, but I'm willing to take the higher octane ones. Like
Mm-hmm.
um with my own original stories, I tried to keep them as grounded as I can. Like I think Neos Goddess of Monsters is the highest I've gotten. It's either Neos or Godzilla Legacy, one of the two. But
Mm-hmm.
I still tried to keep it a bit more centralized in a similar way, focus a bit more on the characters themselves rather than the stakes of what's actually going to
Yeah.
happen. The stakes
Yeah.
are the stakes aren't the world is going to explode. The stakes are the characters that you know and love are in danger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And would you call your story more like grounded sci-fi or grounded fantasy? Because I know you say your basis off like a certain mythology, right?
Um very much urban fantasy. It's
Mm.
it's Zim himself compared it to Peter Jackson, and yeah, that sounds about right. I It's basically Peter Jackson meets Lego Monkey Kid
Mm-hmm.
in terms of how I'm going about it. There are some sci-fi elements, but it's for the most well, not even some, not really any, but it's very, very, very much urban fantasy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I know about that genre and like the Percy Jackson stuff, which is
Yeah,
super interesting because I think there's a lot of stuff you can do. As I know Nia's your character. She can transform into like a human form, right?
Yeah, she tends to spend her time in her human form. In fact, the kaiju is just the ability that she has. Her
Mm-hmm.
humanoid form is a default. Um, it's sort of like Ultraman, though. Funnily enough, Ultraman was a ghost inspiration. I took a lot more inspiration from Gamera, Nemesis, and MK, and Kratos.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and aside from those, like, are there any other stories or genres that you tend to lean towards when it comes to your
Um,
favorite media?
I I'm actually like a 50-50 person. A previous kaiju story that I wrote, which was heavily based off of a lot of Asylum's stuff, was very sci-fi. Like Jesus Christ, it was grounded,
Mm-hmm.
but still very sci-fi. Um, the basic idea is that a shark skeleton is discovered in the Mariana Trench, and it is revived for a bioweapons organization, and that revival goes horribly, 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 horribly wrong.
Mm.
And so the humans build a giant robotic mosasaur to fight it. Because why not?
Yeah, I can definitely see where that inspiration comes from. Um,
Uh,
when it comes to like the
but
asylum side of things.
yeah, because when I was younger, and especially when I started reading the books, when I started writing that book, or when I just started getting into writing and filmmaking, I one of my favorite, some of my go-to movies at that point were the Mega Shark
Mm-hmm.
films. Um, and yeah. Also, The Meg was one of my favorite movies that I used to watch at that time. I still
Mm.
love the film, but yeah.
Yeah, I remember growing up on those movies as well. Since it was
So,
just the only other stuff outside of Godzilla, which wasn't happening for the longest time. Like the Asylum films were like my
yeah.
go-to. Um, what you call it? I don't want to say guilty pleasures, but they may be. But they're
I
not the films
mean,
that I liked the most.
calling them guilty pleasures wouldn't be inaccurate because,
Mm,
like, they're bad, and everyone knows they're bad. The Asylum has a reputation for a reason,
mm-hmm.
but hey, god damn it, they're so much fun.
Yeah, I forget if they are from Asylum, but Dino Croc and Super Gator were two of my favorites growing up.
Yeah,
Um,
those are both Asylum as well, or at least
yeah,
sci-fi. One of those.
yeah, sci-fi
I know,
movies too.
I know,
I know they
I
were all
know.
on sci-fi.
I know Dino Croc. Dino Croc is sci-fi, actually. That
Mm.
Now that I remember, Dino Croc is sci-fi. Um, but yeah, I don't blame people for confusing the two, though.
Yeah, but like Sci-Fi Channel was something I grew up on. The Sharknado movies. Um, I love the Lake Placid franchise, and Anaconda is a good one. They all
Mm.
went downhill along the line.
Isn't Anaconda getting a remake?
I've heard that it is getting a remake. At least
Mm.
I've heard that they were doing a remake,
Mm.
which I somewhat look forward to. I would hope it goes in the direction of something like the Meg, only because I think, like you said, too, like I really like the Meg. I think it's a really good monster flick. Um,
Mhm.
I love both the movies. The Meg, the first one is definitely, I think, the better of the two in terms of the story and the characters.
Oh yeah,
I
very
love,
much.
yeah, I love the Trench mostly just because um, it it ups the ante with the concept that it is. Um, I think the characters are a little bit of a downgrade in terms of the story. Um,
Mhm.
Even though I love the returning characters that we do see, and I love the concept and how far they go with it. But the first one has the better story of the two. So I would hope the new Anaconda remake goes the route of, if they go through with it, of the first Meg. I would
Mhm.
hope they bring back animatronics. Like, that's always a hope, because I think the animatronic works of the original Anaconda is some of the best practical effects work we've seen.
Hmm.
if you remember those.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they
Um,
might go the CG route,
yeah.
which again, like we talked about last time, I don't knock CGI. Um, it's just like more so a preference thing. But I
Yeah.
also hope the CGI is good. Um,
Yeah. I think the
which
thing that most interests me when it comes to that debate is going to be Christopher Nolan's Odyssey, considering just how prominent some older
mm-hmm,
Odyssey film, the classic Odyssey film, as well as, well, just how prominent the classic Odyssey film is, as well as just that style of monster in general, as well as Nolan's general dislike of CGI. Like,
mm-hmm,
dude tries his best not to use it, and yeah. Oh boy. Wow. Oh man, the behind the scenes of Interstellar still surprises me.
mm-hmm. Yeah, because I know a lot of that was like that was a lot of practical stuff too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
they
would
built
say,
I think they built like 3 model replicas of the ship.
mm,
So,
yeah, I would say it's something I can appreciate about director wanting to go practical. Funny enough, Roland Emmerich was the same way for a long time. I hear, until CGI was like a big wow for him. I think it's
mhm,
why a lot of the films were as practical as they were, because I think at that point, like seeing a Godzilla suit at all would have been like a rare thing to see in those days.
mhm,
Even if there were still films like Jurassic Park and the like that did a blend. But now I think it can also be a detriment too if you have that kind of mindset. Um, because when it comes to Oppenheimer, I think what a lot of people agreed with too is that they should have done more with the depiction of the nuke going off. Because for the most part, it seems like you can tell it's just like a regular explosion of like dynamite or whatever they used for it. So I think if they had done either something different or what if it's done some CGI for it, I think it would have only improved the film, or at least that
mhm.
aspect of the film.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would expect, oh, I would hope if they do, like I think the Cyclops appears in that story, right? And other,
Yeah.
yeah, mythical creatures. I would hope that we see some suitmation stuff from it. Um, And then I know suitmation is a hot topic that we obviously talked about some aspects of the debates going on. Um,
Mhm.
I know one recent thing that came up from the Firewood Media video is the aspect of putting the suit actors in risky or dangerous stunts and how we should take that into account. Uh,
Yeah.
what was your take on that?
I have not watched Firewood Media's video in full, but personally speaking, it is up to the suit actor themselves. If they understand the risk and if they wish to go through with it themselves, then so be it.
Mm,
Especially considering I think a lot of suit actors at the time understood the exact risk of what they were doing. Um,
mm-hmm.
and as such, they understood exactly what they were getting into. And
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, because I think there's both sides of it. Because obviously you have the suit actors who, like they're not like most suit actors. If you know any or talk to any or read any interviews, I'm personally friends with a good few suit actors, and also suit makers. And knowing them, they do it out of a passion and love for the craft, and they know the
Mhm,
risks going in, so they're not being forced to do anything. And there's also the
mhm,
studios who, if they're like good, reputable studios, which most are, but some are, you know, you can pick and choose or anything you hear, but most studios will always take into account the risk factors, and they always work with them. Having interviewed and talked to Kirk Carley, like he said things like the suit they made for him was well made and made specifically for him to have the most comfort. So it's not like they're
yeah.
putting them in death traps and stuff like that. But of course, you have your horror stories. We all know the things Haru Nakajima went through in the early
Yeah,
days and stuff,
yeah.
and talking to like he almost died several times. He almost drowned, stuff like that.
So,
Electrocutions from
same
the other
with
suit
same with
actors.
Kenpachiro Satsuma during the Heisei
Yeah,
era and all that.
yeah.
Like,
So obviously, I think there should be measures in place to prevent things like that. But
mhm,
uh, don't throw away the passion that these suit actors that they want to do this stuff. So don't call them or stuff like that.
yeah. Yeah, whether or not it succeeds, that's a different story entirely. But
Mm-hmm.
the fact that they wanted to do it is definitely there, whether it be for a paycheck or out of genuine love for the story
Mm-hmm.
being told.
Yeah. Yeah, and more often than not, it is a both because it is a job to them. Um, and sadly, it's a job that's like dwindling thanks to the
Hmm.
advent of CGI. Um, of course, there's other
Yeah.
markets like performance capture and stuff. Like we all know, the performance artists from King of the Monsters, TJ Storm, Jason Lyles, I believe his name is. I've met them on a few occasions as well. Great guys. So there is that line of work, but obviously it's always about like what's the best way you can portray the stories on screen with
Hmm.
everyone's safety and everyone's passion in mind.
Hmm. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Anything else new with
Um,
you?
nothing much. Nothing much else. I have some homework to finish up tonight, so there's that.
All
And
right.
yeah, yeah.
All right. Are you going to be heading out then to finish that up?
I guess so. Well, it was nice
Oh,
being
wait.
on here then.
Yeah. Of course, feel free to shell anything out that you want before you go. You have the
Um,
floor.
yeah. Nemesis video essay is in the works. I'm slowly chipping away at that, though I've been taking a break recently for school related reasons. Same with my GXK sequel pitch Redux. But I've been working on those slowly but surely. And yeah, you can find me on YouTube. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me in Kara. You can find me on Blue Sky, all under Minecraft World 1954. Um, and yeah, go read Project Nemesis. Tiamat deserve better. Bye.
All right. Have a good one, boss. All right. Back to just me. So, for anyone else in the comments, let me know if you have any thoughts about some of the stuff we've been discussing, whether it be CGI versus practical. If there's anything you want to hear in regards to any upcoming projects that you're excited for, let me know down below. Anything you have going on. So I guess we'll start back up with some more gaming. I do have it booted up here, but let me know if there's anything new coming up you want to discuss. Um, in the comments below, anyone I have here. Just to recap everything we've been through, I did some unboxings of some new figures that have been coming out. If you've been wanting to check out any of the new Playmate stuff coming out, hit your local Targets and your Walmarts. Check that out. If you want any Godzilla merch in general, check out any of the Hot Topics and box lunches and any other store that may carry any Godzilla items because they're getting lots of new stuff. Uh, Thanks to Godzilla being more mainstream nowadays, you can go into not every store, but any specialty stores. If you go in, you're bound to find some Godzilla stuff in there, whether it be your Targets, your WalMarts, your Hot Topics, and stuff like that. So any specialty stores that carry things like that, I recommend you go check them out and give them some support because Toho's clearly seeing all the love that Godzilla's been getting. Um, so, like I said, if you love Godzilla, go check out any local retailers, but never pay retail. Use your coupons. So, if anyone has any comments regarding anything that we've been talking about um, when it comes to upcoming projects or so, comment down below. Or if you have anything to say, um, we're playing some of the Titan Chaser game earlier. Before, if you saw any of that, I showed off some of the features, including the campaign. where you can play as the human characters and the monster characters, and that's really fun. It's a solid mobile game. If you're a fan of mobile games or casual, I recommend picking it up because there's some cool gameplay in that, and some cool world building. Honestly, some cool characters, in my opinion. So I recommend checking that out. You can see more gameplay from my previous Let's Play stream, and then there's also some upcoming streams where I'll do more gameplay and stuff that we have going on. We're probably going to stick around for a little bit longer, wait and see if anyone else shows up. Again, shout out to Minecraft Roll. He's a good friend of mine. Um, we've gotten to know each other over the Zimcast, Zimzilla99. I recommend you check his stuff out. I appear there from time to time, basically the co-host of the Zimcast, so shout out to them. But yeah, lots of good stuff going on over there. Mostly talk about kaiju, Godzilla stuff. With Zim, there's a lot more writing focused stuff. There's a lot of upcoming projects. I won't spill the beans on anything as of yet, but um, lots of stuff to look forward to on there. I'll be involved in some of that too um, down the line, and hopefully I'll be able to upstart some stuff on this channel too, collaborating with all those guys as well. Um, Lots of stuff to look forward to. Mostly because I am probably gonna be doing more of this stuff down the line, mostly just because of work reasons. Ever since the fires happened, work has been a little on the downline, just because not many people are going out. It's been getting better, um, thankfully, from what I've been hearing. But for me personally, I've been seeing a lot of lacking in the just the work stuff when it comes to my IRL job and such. So I'll be using this, hopefully growing. So anyone here, please do share um, what you see, share around the streams, any posts. I am on Blue Sky, Twitter, Instagram, Crispy Vic, or Fix Monstrosities. Kaijudon, the channel, is an offshoot of that brand. So whether it be through Kaijunot or through Fix Monstrosities, it's all going to be under that monstrous brand um, from me, Vic. So there's a lot more to see here. We have things such as Drawcast, which is basically me drawing along, and I want to expand on that. If anyone has any ideas, here's some of mine. I want to do a uh, um, I know there's that trend, like the art fighting thing. I want to do something like that where basically I have prompts I can upload on X or on Blue Sky. Basically, give me a prompt of a kaiju character, and then I want to invite an artist on, and whether that be one of my friends there or anyone else I might invite. I want to throw the invitation out there, and basically we take that prompt and we both design the monster based on the prompt, and then from there, we just compare. It's not like a test of like our skills or anything. It's just who designed the cooler monster, stuff like that, and then we'll have the viewers vote and stuff. So there's that aspect I want to do when it comes to the drawcast. I also want to do like basics, just hang out and draw stuff, or we have any other prompts and we just do that, or maybe we just draw our original characters. Minecraft Rod, who was on earlier, has a character, Nias, that we mentioned. She's a pretty cool character who, like we talked about, I did some art for. He does art as well, really good stuff. So I check him out, as he said. Um, but yeah, stuff like that I want to do for the drawcast. So let me know any ideas below if you have any ideas for the drawcast. It's all centered around drawing, stuff like that. Personally, for me, I go all digital with only casual, traditional art. Not as much stuff that I show off on here, particularly. Mostly because when I transferred over the digital stuff, it was just way easier for me to put stuff out there. And I want to work in stuff like the animation industry, stuff like that. So having that digital art just makes it more of that like new modern animation traditional feel, which is one of my styles. I describe it as like a blend of cartoon and anime aesthetics. Just because I go for like a nice, clean, simple art style that lends itself well to animation, because that's my ultimate goal. And basically, just that's just my whole style and brand. Let's see, yeah, you can see here the Kaiju Nut brand. That's something I designed right there, um, which is cool to see that they can do like little watermarks like that up there. At least on my end, from my perspective, it's right over there because everything's mirrored here. Oh, that's a mouthful. Hopefully, I can get to speaking more as well. Anyone who knows me in person knows I'm pretty much a quiet guy, but when I get to know you better, I become unhinged. So there's that aspect to me. Um, but also, there's the Let's Build streaming segment that I do, where if you last time we did Kaiju number 8, a model kit. Basically, the Let's Build segment is anything where if I have to build a figure for model kits. I saw some nano blocks. I know the Godzilla line came out with some nano blocks. I saw them. Let me know if anyone wants to see any of the nano block stuff, because I might buy a few packs and build them on stream for the Let's Build channel. And then I also know where I can get the Godzilla skeleton skin model kit. So I might pick that up if I get some funds here. Um, in which, if you want to help me do that stuff for you, if you want to see any of that stuff, me cover it, support me through Ko-fi, because I do have a Ko-fi page where I do have a monthly support system there, where basically there are a few different tiers you can enter to, where I have things such as like possible rewards or shout outs to anyone who subscribes to the first tier, followed by access to a special Discord channel. Through there, you can drop suggestions for things like the Drawcast or even the Let's Build if you want me to look into anything there for those two things, essentially. Um, through Ko-fi. There's also a line where you can get bi-monthly commissions from me. Um, uh, Essentially, just commissions to where you can, like twice a month, you'll, I say bi-monthly and every twice a month, you can just send me what you'd like drawn, and I'll make a personalized drawing for you. And if it's something you like, they can also you can see me working on them on stream on the Drawcast. So there'll be that through my Ko-fi. Vic Monsters is my Ko-fi. If you go to my links through my card on Instagram to Crispy Vic, or through Vic Monsters or Vic's Monstrosities, either on Blue Sky or on um, Twitter, you'll see there links to all my stuff. And I do also have typical commissions open to where you can uh, buy just regular commissions from me through that. Let's see if I can find any exemplars of my work that I can show off. Because I have some stuff you can see. Oh, that's good. Open. Overlay. Boom. There you go. As you can see, this is a piece I did, a Godzilla piece. This one's really fun to do, actually, because I thought it is a little bit of a homage to the, if you remember from NECA, the NECA Atomic Glow in the Dark Burning Godzilla. It's a little bit of a riff off of that, with one of my original fan gojis to just typical Godzilla collage. There's a little bit of the Shodai Goji, I believe, is the original Godzilla. Some Heisei elements and stuff in there too. But basically, this is one of the older pieces though, so maybe I'll see if I can put something new there as well. But yeah, stuff like that is some stuff you can see me do there. And honestly, I gotta say, commission work is fun. I might do a stream where I can actually invite some other people I know who are artists and such. But let me see. I'm pretty sure I can. He lets me share some of this stuff. Shout out to anyone who's who's a regular on when it comes to my commissions and stuff. I have some regular clients who I love to death. By the way, thank you for all your support. It's always appreciated. Here's another piece of mine. This is Hanura, one of my original monster characters. Hanura is basically a Kong riff who is essentially just giant monkey, an actual monkey, because as you can see, he's got a tail there. He's not a fake monkey like Kong. He's basically a riff off of also the Yeti because he lives in the Himalayas. Um, and these are basically just Himalayan mountains. So yeah, if you like any of the work there, I definitely recommend throwing some stuff my way. Thanks, thank you, Eli. Yeah, that was a fun piece to do. I think green is always a good color to go with Godzilla. It was also partially inspired by your whole aesthetic as well. Because I know you're very big on the whole nuclear side of things. So you were definitely in mind when drawing that. Here's another piece I did. This is with my kaiju dweller. He has a deep sea kaiju, obviously inspired by things like the frilled shark, plesiosaurs, stuff like that, sea serpents. So it's a nice little blend there. Doing these set pieces are also really fun. They're tough to do because there's a lot you have to do when it comes to the background, composition, stuff like that. As you can see, I tried a little bit of a like from the bottom of the sea type of thing with the boat overhead, which was tough to get the perspective on, but lots of fun to do. Thought thought Kong, yeah, Kong is an ape. Kong is an ape, but my character here, Hanura, which I showed before, this is my original monster that I created, who's an actual monkey because he has a tail. Kong is an ape. Yeah, I would love to go to Los Alamos if I ever, when I ever, I head up there again. Especially because it is a beautiful state, New Mexico. If anyone's been there, lives there, or would thinking of going, I recommend going to New Mexico. Lots of cool stuff out there. I might have to do a New Mexico extreme because there is a lot of stuff there that I want to do and talk about as well. Because when I come to New Mexico, I know a recent thing I want to do is definitely the going out to look for Bigfoot because I know there's some stuff about Bigfoot there. So if I ever go, we have to plan for that. Because I do want to go Bigfoot hunting. I'm a big Bigfoot aficionado, I guess. And I know there's some places where Bigfoot are probably going to be. I believe it was in that Caldero you showed me as well. Um, or at least that you told me about. There by that. I forget what the name was, but like something Springs area. So I would want to do that. And I know there's some other. I got to see some cool stuff when it comes to aliens too. I saw the. I'm blanking on the name, but the officer who saw the an actual Roswell UFO, because the actual Roswell incident, from what I've been told by you, is that like it's pretty far away actually from, or at least the incident where the crash site is was pretty far away from um, the town of Roswell, I believe. Um, and I think it only has that reputation because I think from whatever, uh, I think Roswell is where the the, the debris or the crash saucer was held in the hangar 80 something. I think it was. I forget. If you watch the Game Chasers, they have a side channel called Chasing the Unknown. They did an episode on it. Uh, they don't do as much stuff when it comes to that show, but they have a few episodes there that I think are really neat. So I recommend that Chasing the Unknown from the Game Chasers. I love their stuff. But they did a whole Roswell episode. I think Roswell is only famous because that's the hangar where it was held in, like Hangar 80 something. But yeah, I would definitely love to go out there again and see some cool stuff. And then there's also the let's see, what else is there? Let's talk about. But like I said, anything new coming up, I would say there's that. I am probably going to be doing also some streams coming up because I know the hot topic discussion of CGI, suit actors, stuff like that. I'm hoping to have someone on when it comes to like the suit acting side of things. There's a few people I want to invite to discuss that because I think having their insight would help a lot in the discussion. So hopefully I can get people like that on to the stream. Speaking of the Bigfoot, I want to do a cryptid centric dedicated stream where basically we talk about cryptid stuff. I have some stories, uh, cryptid adjacent stories, but there's some people I want to bring on who I think I've heard had some cryptid stories. So I would love more than anything, to bring some of those people on to talk about cryptid stuff, which I know will be an interesting thing to talk about. Man, talking is hard work. I'm probably going to be ending the stream in just a few. So big thank you to everyone who's come on so far and stuck around. It's been a real blast because, like I said, I'm probably going to be doing more of these streams, hopefully with more people, because my favorite aspect of doing these things is hanging on. Whenever someone like Minecraft World or Zim comes on, like that's my favorite thing about this whole thing. It's basically having that discussion as well as with the viewers yourselves. Excuse me, it's a big blast having you guys on, and hopefully I can, uh, speed up my growth so that I can start monetizing some stuff on here. Hopefully we can get more videos out. I want to set up stuff where I can have more direct donation setups here on YouTube because that would help a lot in tandem with my Kofi stuff. Um, which, like I said, follow me on Instagram and Blue Sky, Twitter, all that, because I do share my stuff on there. Like I said, I have basically a support system where you'll get personalized commissions twice a month, and with that, it's all personalized stuff like that. So whatever you request, or most of anything you can request, you can find on there through my Ko-fi shop because I am doing commissions. If you liked any of the art you saw beforehand, stuff like that, basically I do kaiju stuff. So if you like drawings like this, if you want Godzilla fighting your favorite character, I can draw that. If you want an original monster take that you want to design, I can do that for you. It's all through my Ko-fi shop at Vic's Monstrosities or Vic Monstrous. You can find the links through my card on Instagram, Twitter, Blue Sky, um, or like I said, where if you are subscribed for monthly donations, um, you get access to the Discord where you can submit direct suggestions for things like the Drawcast, where you'll get to see live drawings by me. And if you also subscribe for the tier, you get those commissions where if you'd like, they can be featured on the Drawcast where you can see them being done live on stream and stuff. I'll probably have to go more in depth on how to set that up because I know when it comes to commissions, which are always fun, um, but there is stuff where I have to talk to the clients about any corrections or changes and stuff. But I'm sure if they'd like to, they can just be featured on it live, or they can request changes live there too. But I'll see how that gets set up. That'll be for later. And then we just hit the hour 30 mark, so we might end it there. So thank you everyone for coming on. Anyone who stayed and everyone who commented, left any suggestions. Let me know what you guys thought of the streams and everything we went through. You can comment down below on the post I made on Twitter and such. Let me know any suggestions, what you liked, what you like to see for upcoming streams and such, videos. I have been the Kaijunaut. Thank you everyone for joining on. Till next time, Kaiju Seekers, over and out.